There are moments in life when everything seems to shift without warning, and you're left standing helpless as the world you thought you knew begins to crack. That's how it happened for me, without fanfare, without a grand revelation. Just a whisper, a fleeting comment, a question that lodged itself in the back of my mind and festered until it consumed me. It started, innocuously enough, with a conversation at work, of all places. Greg, a guy I considered a good friend, was talking to me like he was about to tell me something serious. He leaned in during lunch, his voice lowered, a conspiratorial tone that I now recognize as a red flag. He said, "Hey man, I don't want to stir anything up, but I heard something about Lena." I remember how my chest tightened at the mere mention of her name. Lena, my wife, the woman I thought I knew inside and out. I smiled weakly, half expecting it to be some office gossip that meant nothing. But Greg didn't smile. He was dead serious. "What's going on?" I asked, trying to mask the unease that was already creeping in. "I don't know if it's true, man, but I heard she's been hanging out with some guy, not just a friend, if you know what I mean. They were seen at that new place downtown, looking pretty close, like more than just friends close." I didn't believe him at first. Not Lena. She wouldn't do that. I'd known her for years, and she was nothing like that. But there was something in Greg's voice, a hesitation, that planted a seed of doubt in me. I brushed it off. It was probably just a misunderstanding, right? But the whispers didn't stop. They followed me home. They followed me through the halls of work. The next day, it was Emily, someone I barely spoke to, but who seemed to know everything about everyone. She was talking about Lena, not in a friendly way, but with a kind of quiet certainty, like she knew something I didn't. I remember overhearing her say to another colleague, "I don't know if it's really cheating, but I heard she's been meeting someone every Thursday night, a hotel." That's all I'm saying. At first, I didn't know how to process it. I wanted to laugh it off. I wanted to trust Lena, but in the pit of my stomach, a cold knot formed. Something inside me told me this wasn't just random gossip. This was something real. I couldn't ignore it. I had to know. But how? If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe. The first time I followed her, I didn't even think about what I was doing. It wasn't planned. It wasn't calculated. I just had to see for myself. That Thursday, as I sat in my car, watching Lena walk toward her yoga class, I felt something, an unease maybe, bubbling inside me. I told myself I was just being paranoid. That was all. But then after her class, when I watched her get into her car and drive off, something felt wrong. I told myself to stay calm, to trust her. But the whispers, the rumors, they wouldn't stop. That night, I followed her. I don't even know why I thought I'd find something concrete, but there I was, creeping behind her in the shadows like some detective. She stopped at a cafe. She was laughing, talking to a man, not a colleague, not someone I recognized. They stood close, close enough that I could see the subtle way their bodies leaned toward each other. The next Thursday, I did it again, and the Thursday after that. Each time, I watched, I followed. I couldn't help myself. The whispers had taken root in my mind, growing louder with every passing day. And then, one night, I saw it. She parked her car outside a hotel. I waited, breathless, wondering if I was seeing what I thought I was seeing. I was half a block away, but there was no mistaking it. She walked into the building, her hand held by a man I didn't recognize, and they disappeared inside. The world stopped spinning for a moment. My breath caught in my throat, and my heart pounded so hard I thought I might pass out. That was it. That was the moment when everything changed. Lena, my wife, had betrayed me. I didn't know how or why, but I knew it in my bones. I had seen enough. I should have gone to her that night. I should have confronted her, demanded answers, but I didn't. I couldn't. The anger, the betrayal, the gut-wrenching feeling of it all was too much to process. Instead, I spent the night in a haze, running through the possibilities in my mind, playing out 100 different scenarios, none of them ending well. The next evening, Lena came home later than usual. She didn't notice me at first. I was sitting in the living room waiting. When she finally walked in, she smiled at me, but there was something off about it. Something I couldn't quite place. Maybe she knew, maybe she didn't. "Hey," she said, taking off her coat. "Where were you tonight?" I asked. The words came out flat, like I wasn't even sure what I wanted to hear. Lena stopped, frozen. She looked at me like she hadn't expected me to ask. Yoga, like always. What's wrong? I didn't trust her words anymore. The lies felt thick between us. I've been hearing things, Lena, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Things about you, about someone else. For a moment, she didn't say anything. Her eyes flickered, and in that moment, I saw something. Guilt? Fear? I couldn't tell. What are you talking about? She asked, but there was something about the way she asked that made me doubt even my own thoughts. Was she lying? Or was I just so consumed by the whispers that I was starting to see something that wasn't there? Don't lie to me, I said, my voice shaking now. I saw you at the hotel with him. What's going on, Lena? She went pale, and then I saw her face tighten. For a moment, I thought she might break down, but then she just stood there. You followed me? Why didn't you tell me? Why did you lie? Her face twisted in pain. I wasn't lying. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I've been meeting him, yes. But it's not what you think. I was helping him. He's going through a tough time, and I'm the only one he trusts. She looked at me, waiting for me to understand. It was nothing more than that. Just two friends talking. But the damage had been done. It didn't matter if she was telling the truth. The seed of doubt had already grown into something unshakable. I didn't know what to believe anymore, but I couldn't erase the images in my mind. I couldn't unsee the things I had convinced myself were real. Looking back, I see the mistake I made. I let my mind be consumed by others' opinions, by their whispers, by their assumptions. I didn't trust Lena. I didn't trust us. I let fear and doubt cloud my judgment, and I let it tear apart my peace of mind. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Don't let rumors rule your relationship. Don't let the voices of others drown out the trust you've built with your partner. If something is bothering you, ask the person you love. Confront them. Don't let the seeds of suspicion grow into something bigger than they are. If I could go back, I would have asked Lena sooner. I would have given her the chance to explain herself before jumping to conclusions, because in the end, the truth might not have been what I thought it was. But the damage I did to my own peace of mind was real. The whispers had already changed me. So how would you have handled this? Have you ever been in a situation where doubt crept into your relationship because of what others said? What would you do if you found yourself questioning someone you love based on nothing more than rumors? Let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed the story, please subscribe to this channel for more captivating stories daily.